Thank you for joining in, guys. We'll be starting shortly. Just a second. Am I audible, everyone?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay. A very warm welcome to everyone on call right now. I'm Deboshmita De, third year MBBS and a member of the academics team at SAMHSA. Today's webinar is about original research, and for that we have the pleasure of having with us a research giant. He has published or presented over 100 scientific works in the world's best journals like BMJ, European Heart Journal, etc. Is the youngest paper presenter at American Association of Cancer Research and has been ranked in the top 10 researchers list in the weekly list published by ResearchGate. Has authored 4 books and also happens to be the editor of India's first medical student-led journal. I'm honored to welcome Dr. Dattatreya Mukherjee, who's currently an intern in China and shall soon be joining us as an extern. Over to you, Dr. Mukherjee.
So thank you, Deboshmita, for giving me the wonderful introduction. So now I will share my screen. Okay, this one. Okay, is it visible?
No, Dada. Yeah, it
visible?
is now. It is now.
Okay. So it's moving or not? Let me. It's moving.
It is moving.
Okay. So thank you, Deboshmita, for the kind introduction. And first of all, good evening to everyone if you are in India. And good morning if you are in USA, and good afternoon if you are in UK. So the thing is that thank you for SAMHSA for inviting me for this lecture, and I'm very grateful for this invitation. So this is my first introduction. Deboshmita has introduced me quite well. So this is my introduction. I am Dr. Dattatreya Mukherjee, and currently I am an intern in first affiliated hospital of Jinan University, PR China, and I have recently I've provisionally graduated from International School Jinan University, PR China, and I have passed my FMG in first attempt in December 2021, and I will soon join that is West Bengal University of Health Sciences. So I don't have any conflict of interest or any disclosures. So first of all, in the talk today, most of the talk will be based on the research in MBBS level. As you can see, this is the topic: research opportunities in MBBS level. As an MBBS student, with my experience, I am here to share my experience, my views. Okay, so first is that I have personally don't like the word called research paper or something research work, because researcher and scientist, you will find some conflicts in visions. Some some like the word called researchers, and some kind words are called scholarly or academician. So let me say that, say it in a academic scholarly works. In academic scholarly works, you can include each and everything possible. So that's how I have written here academic scholarly works. So what is academic scholarly works? Academic scholarly works are the research works. Okay, so what the things what you do apart from your study. Like study means so study means the usual study which we have in 5 years of MBBS. Is everyone here is MBBS student, or from other parts also? Hello, is there anyone who is not a MBBS student? Hello.
Most of us are MBBS students.
Okay, so it's a kind means note that whenever it will be an interactive session, so don't be hesitate to unmute yourself and you make an interaction on the topic. So don't be hesitate on doing that. Okay, so so the academic scholarly works are the works which are done, the research works mostly in MBBS. There is in the whole world there is no like compulsory method, compulsory research works. So what you will do, it's completely based on volunteer activities, not your coursework. It will help you in future, but in the marks and in getting MD in Indian scenario, it will not help. Okay, so what's the focus? The focus is that he or she is interested to contribute something in the academic world or in the scientific world, and obviously science is towards humanity, towards the development of humanity. So one thing is important, that research what we do, any types of research, that's called the active learning, because we all are doing it's a active learning, because you are not only here you are reading a book, you are reading a journals, you are getting updated, your knowledge is getting updated. Because what happens when we study a book, the books like the one edition, like in Harrison, 2 to 3 years is take to update the edition. So but when you are studying a journal paper, is the recent update. Okay, then when you are doing a research works, and when you are in this field, you will get obviously a global view. Okay, this part is very important. It's a global view and also a global connection, because through the social media like LinkedIn, ResearchGate, and Facebook, Instagram, you will be recognized as a researcher, because there are in whole world our community is very less. In India, I can tell it's not above 50 to 60, not above. So our community is very less. It's your responsibility to make big make it bigger and bigger. So this is the thing. So global connections you should make through the research, and it will help. These works will give you a like a unique identity than the most of the people, means from the whole kind of population, this will give you a extra identity. In MBBS, research is not mandatory. That's what I told, because in MBBS in India, there is no research. There's no mandatory coursework of research. You don't have to write any thesis or something. In UK also, US also, they appreciate research work, but it's not mandatory. But you have to understand, for UK, USA, the scenario is different. Means because they don't have any exam for residency. For that purpose, they need research, because to escalate their CV. But in India, it's not mandatory. So if for MD there is research, because you have to write thesis in MD, but it will not mandatory in MBBS level. So it's the extra hard work what you have to put, means apart from your exam study, your PG preparation, this is the extra work. don't do research work for yes, this kind of things I every time I told I used to advise everyone, but because I get in messages and mails in LinkedIn and email that I have this exam, that exam, I want a publication, please help me. So don't come in this field for some exam or something like that. Mastering clinical skill is, as we are doctors, this is our first priority, to mastering clinical skill, as well as you have to master research skill also to stay and to get updated. So this is a today's topic. So what are the possible types of papers? What are the possible types of original researches that can be conducted in MBBS level? Procedures in original research thinking to publishing, details of clinical trial, introduction of randomized control trial, can an MBBS student be a principal investigator? And in short, this is the main part, and in short I will adjunct something about the literature review, case report writing, and the current updates of systematic reviews. As I come to know that you had a session on systematic reviews, but this 2022 there are some updates. I will only mention those updates and major challenges of doing researches in MBBS level. So these are the types of papers. So people used to think that research means always they have to wear a lab coat, they have to do everything on hand. No, the thing is not like that. It's a part, a very major part, but the papers doesn't mean that only that thing. The paper is much more deeper. So first paper is the original research. Original research is, yes, like that. There can be various types of original research, which I will discuss today. But yeah, what we fantasize that, yeah, I will wear a lab coat and there will be a lab, then I will go there, I will do different experiments. So yes, that is one type of original research. Then comes to SR and meta. SR means systematic review and meta analysis. Okay, so what, see, the thing is that suppose I am a guideline maker, I will make a guideline of some treatment, and there are hundreds of papers which have been published. It's not a easy task for me to read each and every paper and make the guidelines. That's in that place original systematic reviews takes place, where the systematic reviewer comes in, they analyze the papers or original papers, they will give up data like what should be done, what shouldn't be done. On the base of that, the guidelines makers will make the guideline. Got your point? So both systematic review and meta-analysis, 90% of the journals accept it as a original research. Okay. In Elsevier publisher, they mention it as a systematic review as a separate section. But systematic review is one type of original research also, because it has a great impact towards the scientific world. So the next thing is case report and case series. The case report is like you went to the hospital, then a patient came of, suppose it's a myocarditis patient, and you have seen, okay, he has got a vaccine, and after getting the vaccine he has got myocarditis. Okay, that's a new finding. So what you did, you have to write, we all are trained in MBBS how to take history. Like that, you have to take the history, you have to take the like you have to write the, what it called, that thing, the clinical reports and the management, each and everything you have to write. Then that's called case report. Okay, then you have to add the introduction and discussion. So the main thing is a case report is to discuss something on a specific case. Okay, just now I gave an example that a patient came to you 2 days after taking a COVID-19 vaccine, when with a chest pain, and when you went to the lab examinations, in the echo you found that the ejection fraction is less. Then when you go for the like MRI, you have seen that, oh, okay, this is a kind of myocarditis, and when you see the biopsy, cardiac biopsy, you found, okay, this is a myocarditis, it's a new finding. So you wrote the whole history to management, to the history, management, diagnosis, and follow up, treatment, everything you have written, and you published it. That's called case report. And what is case series? Same type of case, 3 to 5 case. When you have, you can publish it as case series. Suppose you are in the OPD, and you got some new types of cases, not one, three. So combine the three cases, write it individually. Patient one case, one full case, then patient two, then patient three, and then make a combined discussion on the on that part, on the whole scenario. Like same I can tell that you got three patients who got COVID-19, who got myocarditis after COVID-19 vaccination. You got to the hospital, and you got the three cases. You have written the cases individually, that patient one, the whole history, diagnosis, and the treatment, patient two, diagnosis, treatment, patient three, diagnosis, treatment, everything. Then as a compilation of every three cases, you made a discussion. So case report is based on one case series based on 3 to 5 case. Literature review is something that when you like last 5 years, you are giving a scenario of a treatment of last 5 years. So you take the papers from last 5 years, and you wrote a narrative review of 5 years. Literature review is mostly for the expert eyes. So there you have to add some new things, your experience and knowledges. Then the last type of publication is commentary. Commentary is like a 2000 to 1500 to 2000 words, brief, like writing on the current updates. Okay, what is happening, like the current hot update, you can write, like COVID-19, many things are happening. So you write something on that part, and you publish it
Not audible.
Just a second, guys. He'll be joining again. He got disconnected.
Okay, sorry, man.
Sorry for this interruption. My Mukesh Ambani's Jio just got disconnected somehow. So where was I? The Devoshmita, what was my last thing which you have heard?
Sir, we were discussing the type of papers.
So yeah, so have you how much
That's
case
right.
report, literature review? Yes, case report
Sir,
you have
we were talking about the
yes,
case
this
report,
slide how
case
much?
series. We were talking about the case report, case series. Hello? Dada, you're on mute.
Hello? Okay. Is it audible?
Yes, Dada, now it is audible.
Okay, my net is getting problem. I don't know why. So okay, so have you heard about case report and case series?
Yes, Dada.
Okay, so the case report is the case report is like something like a patient came. Have you heard the example of myocarditis?
Yes, Dada.
Okay, thanks. So case report is only something based on one case. Okay, and case report is based on the similar case at least 3 to 5. So what I gave the example, like if a patient came to me who has a history of taking COVID-19 vaccination 2 days ago, and now he or she has got myocarditis, and with the with the help of the diagnostic test, I confirmed it. Deoshmita, am I audible or my voice is cracking?
Dada, you're clearly audible. Your voice isn't cracking.
Okay, thank you. If my voice is cracking, please let me know. So so the thing is that these are the case report when like patient came to me and he has the myocarditis. So that one case will be published as case report. But when see that case, suppose 3 patients came, so that will be like case series. Got the point? I will show example from PubMed. When at of the presentation, literature review is something like you are an expert, you made a descriptive analysis of treatment for 3 to 5 years. So that's the literature review. I will also come in the later part what is the literature review. For now, just understand that it's a descriptive analysis where we make a descriptive writing of a particular topic for suppose 5 years or 10 years. So now the part is commentary. Commentary is like the patient a very upcoming current hot topic. You have written a 1500 words 1500 words paper. Okay, so with that you have given some of your thinking, like what should be done, what shouldn't be done, how it gets developed. So these kind of things you should add in the commentary. Like suppose I'm giving a example to you. Suppose what example can I give in this case? In the COVID-19 there are lots of things. Suppose many patients are dying in the rural part of India without getting any treatment, suppose. So you have highlighted this thing and you have written a commentary of like 1500 words with 25 to 30 25 to 30 reference, that showing the incidence, showing the severity and then how to tackle the challenge. That means how you what is your point of view to tackle the challenges. So like these kind of things you can add in the commentary. The main sector of a commentary is that the when means as a reviewer or the editor of the journal will see first that okay, why the topic is important first. Second, how relevant is that in that time. Means if I writing something about mucormycosis which has happened in 2021 June. Now if I writing a commentary on that and I'm submitting it, there is no value. So you have to, for commentary, you have to choose something which is absolutely current. Timing is very important. Time is very important. I will come later also about time. Okay, so that's the commentary. Later is also same. There are two types of letter that you can submit the comment. You can shorten the commentary into a letter or correspondence. What we do in letter, we usually write it in a 700 to 1000 word, okay, with 10 reference. We publish the letter where we briefly introduce the situation and the severity, and briefly we introduce the we give our opinions and to solve that problem. That's called letter to editor. Letter to editor is peer reviewed by editorial board. Okay, so that's called letter has different name. Later you can find the letter as a correspondence also. When you will submit at in nature don't use the word letter, they use the word nature correspondence. Nature correspondence is also a letter where you will get 500 words, five references and 3 authors. This is the author guidelines of nature correspondence. That's also letter. At some of the journals you will find they only accept letter which is based on a previous paper which is published in that journal within a span of 3 to 6 months. Suppose Mr. X has published a paper in Lancet, and I have some opinion on that paper. I have some views on that paper. So what I will do, I will write the letter to editor and I will say that this is the paper. On this paper, this is my thinkings with your valid references. That's also called letter to editor. So there are two types of letter to editors. So one is like the journals is accepting something new situation, current situation, hot from the science, something like that, or something which are based on previous published papers from in that journal. Okay, so that's called letter or correspondence. Book review is like that. You have a book, you have read it and you have reviewing it in your perspective. Okay, another publication is called book chapter also, where the editors will say make a template and the editors will invite, please give us articles, then you will write an article on that particular chapter. Suppose I'm writing a paper on suppose the nanoparticle drug delivery in suppose the colorectal cancer. So I am the editor. I have talked to Elsevier. Elsevier has given me okay signal. Okay, I will publish your book. So as an editor, I make poster like this is the topic, like the nanoparticles drug delivery in colorectal cancers. Please submit your abstract of the chapter by this date, when different authors will give different abstracts that on chapter with abstracts. From that I will select the top 10 abstracts according to the chapter. Then I will send them that okay, thanks, I'm pleased to inform you that your abstract title has been accepted for accepted, and please give the full paper by this date, or then they will give the paper. I will again review it, then I will again make some revisions. Like that a book chapter got published. And last is conference abstract. Conference abstract is like that. You have a whole work. Then what you have did, you have made an abstract of 2005, 250 words or 300 words. You submit it in a conference. Conference will review it. Then it will be accepted either in as a poster presentation or as a oral presentation, and then they will publish it either in their in their, that's called the abstract book, or they will in the good. So that's called the publications. Is there any question? Devoshmita, please ask that is there any question or not, because these are the main slide. This is the main slide.
Dada, the last part got a little interrupted by your internet issues. Can you just repeat the last sentence?
Okay, so the abstract, conference abstract only. Hello.
Yes, Dada.
Yes, Dada.
So conference abstract part na.
Yes,
Yes,
Dada.
Dada.
Okay. So conference abstract is that you have done the whole work, then you have written it in an abstract format of 250 to 300 words. You have submitted it in a particular conference. Then when the conference will accept it, they will either accept it as a poster presentation or as a oral presentation. Okay, so after the poster and oral presentation, they will publish it in somewhere. Either they will publish it in a it's called something, it's either it's like a abstract book published by the conference, or they will publish it in a big journal. Okay, like the European Society of Cardiology, they published in 8J. Okay, there's the ASCO conference published in the Journal of Clinical Oncology. So these kind of big journals can be targeted through conference abstract. So these are the kind of papers. Please unmute yourself if anyone has any question in this section, because this is the most important part, and I usually get lots of questions from this part.
Sir, can you tell how to do a literature review?
Yes, I will tell you. It's in the later part of the slide. I will tell you.
Okay, sir.
So can I move to the second slide? Next slide.
So one question I have, so like if we are studying like remotely, so like from these type of researches, like what can we do? Like if someone is studying remotely?
Yes, for remotely, see, original research nowadays you can do remotely with like the survey-based study. Okay, survey-based study, you can run the original research. It's possible because you can digital survey what we take. You can take the like data from the Google form or some digital sections. Okay, but other the original research, which what is the dry lab, what you can do remotely, like where the bioinformatics and computational biology are added. For that you don't you just need a computer, and with the softwares you don't need a lab. But when it comes to like the wet lab technique, where you need a lab, or you need a patient there, you need to have in the, you need to be there in the hospital. But remotely, see, there is a, now there is many that multicentric studies. So yes, so you can take up a big project, and your center can be added, can be collaborate with that project. Currently what happens, like my lab is very good in PCR, but my lab doesn't have patients. So what I will do, I will collaborate with a hospital where there is a lots of patient, like like a hospital. I am collaborating, they will give me sample, I will do the PCR technique. So like that you can do the whole research process, original research. And for the digital based survey based research, which is more we do in the MBBS level, that can be done from your home only, because in the digitally and with the Google Meet, you can meet to the patient, to the your collaborators, and you can digitally control the whole thing. For systematic review and meta-analysis, you just need a computer, a good statistician, and a pupil who is good at writing, and an enthusiastic pupil. It can be done from your home only, means like remotely. It is possible. Case report and case series, here you should be in the hospital, obviously, to collect the cases. Okay. And for literature review, yes, you can do global, means remotely. You can just have to contact to the professors who will guide you, but it can be done in the means in the home only. Commentary, letter, book review, conference abstract, everything. Conference abstract is like if you are giving the original research abstract. If it's wet lab based technique, then you need a lab. Otherwise, everything can be done from your home.
And sir, one thing, when we are doing an original research, then presenting it in front of a conference is only conference abstract.
See, when like the procedure is that we are submitting the work in a conference, it's got accepted. When it will get accept it, they will see. No, what you are telling, it's called oral presentation or poster presentation, where you are in front of a group of judge. You have slides and you are presenting it. That's, but later that abstract will be published in some journals by the conference authority. That's called the conference abstract publication.
Achha.
Okay. So
Dada, we have a few questions in the chat box.
Okay, let me yeah. Can conference abstract be called the next step of original research? No, conference abstract is not the next step, is the pre-step before publishing. Who is what is the name? Sumitakshi?
Sumita Banerjee.
Yeah, so what that, it's not the next step, because most of the conference don't accept papers which have already got published. Okay, so like most of the international conference, there is a guidelines, it is mentioned that you please submit the paper which is not presented or not published anywhere. Okay, so the conference paper is like the first step before the publication, full paper publication, not the next step. Got your answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, I have heard that systematic reviews and meta-analysis require a lot of biostatistics, means which is nearly impossible
Yes. Meta-analysis is totally for biostatistics, because the forest plot, there are the p-value, the 95% CL, all those kind of things are totally related to biostatistics and statistics. Systematic review, you can do a descriptive systematic review where you can, if you have less knowledge, it's okay. But for meta-analysis, you have to have a trained good biostatistician. It's mandatory, because meta-analysis is like we are doing the comparative analysis between the two arms. Okay, so for two arm, that's called the CL. You have a p-value. That all those p-value and all, you need a biostatistician and good biostatistician knowledge level person with a good biostatistics it's good knowledge in biostatistics. So let me see the other question. Got your point? Who have asked this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can ongoing researches be submitted? Yes, ongoing researches can be submitted in the conference if it's like if it's that much finished to write an abstract. This is the question from one of the participants. And please elaborate meta-analysis. Okay, meta-analysis is a type of analysis where we take two arms, when we we do the comparative analysis between the two arms on the basis of the previous published papers. Then we see the p-value, forest chart, the whole part is the biostatistics part, then we give a comparative analysis that which is good, which is not good, like that kind of things. Any more question?
Sir, then what will be the option left for a first year MBBS student? Since
See,
we don't
first,
have much of-
I'm coming. See, first year MBBS student, you can easily write a commentary. Okay, you can easily write a letter. You can write a book review. If you get a like the good resource from any professor who is the editor of any book, you can go for the book chapter. Okay, literature review, you can go if you have a good professor guidance. Case report case, so you can publish many in the MBBS level. You just go to the hospital, ask your professor, take permission that, sir, can I publish the case reports? Then start taking the history and everything, and then start publishing case report. SR and meta, yes, you can publish also in the MBBS level. With the biostatistician, you can extract the data, you can write the data, and let's see, in the research, everything is based on collaboration. You can't do everything on your hand. So let the biostatistician part, let it be done by a biostatistician. Other part you can collaborate. Original research, yes, you can do the observational based original research, where I will come just after this slide only. Otherwise, on the lab based research, you can ask a professor who is doing the lab based research, or like biochemistry, physiology. You can go in that. In your anatomy lab, I have started my first research journey from anatomy lab. Anatomy lab, you have a dissection table. Each and every body has some anomalies. So just take it down, click a photo, take down everything, and just go for the publication. So yes, original research in the anatomy also you can do the original research, like you can see that a particular, like if you see the brachial plexus, you will find out each and every body is not typical. So you can like take a 5 case of anomalies of brachial plexus, that will be included in the original studies. So yes, there are lots of opportunities where you can do in the MBBS level. Survey based study, easily you can do in the MBBS level. I have seen papers from National Medical College, RGCOR, NRS, published in the journal in the field of community medicine, which are focused to in the survey based study. So yes, you can all those things you can do in the MBBS level. If student want to write a review paper on ant, how can, okay, the ant, I will tell in the later, I will discuss the literature review, about the literature review. Okay, so systematic review, Devashmita, you had a session on systematic review, na? As Ipshita told me.
Yes, Dada, we did have one.
Okay, that's good. So so systematic review is like you are analyzing some published papers in a systematical way to systematically way you are analyzing some data, and then you are proposing that what should be done, what shouldn't be done. That's the systematic review. And meta analysis, where you have taken the systematic reviews. In the systematic review, you have got two arms, then you are doing a comparison between the two arms. That's the meta analysis. Like how can I say, yeah, that's like that. You have two patients, one has vomiting. You have a group of vomiting patient. Some has the vomiting due to psychological effect, some has vomiting due to some drug adverse effect. So this is the two arm, and you are doing a comparison that which is prominent, which is not, based on some selection criteria. Okay, so then I'm proceeding to the next slide. So these are the question just now. Who has asked the question just now, that what kind of research they have done in the process MBBS?
Yes, sir, I was.
Okay, so these most of the things in the original research section, we do the research on mostly it's based on this part. There is an observational study. Observational study means either it can be a survey based study, or it can be you have taken some a single center, you have got many patients, then you are observing some result, you have given a drug and then you are observing some result. So these are observational studies. So mostly you will if you read in the PSM, then there you will give some ideas that prospective study and retrospective study. So prospective study means where you are finding, you have a like cause, now you are finding the effect. To cause to effect, you are finding something. So this is the prospective study. Like you are sitting, you have a group of patients with lung carcinoma, and then you have went there and you are seeing sorry, I'm this is a retrospective study. Retrospective is that when the effect is there, I'm finding the cause. So like you went in a population where the lung carcinoma is more, then you are finding the what's the cause for which the patients are affected due to lung carcinoma. Then you find, okay, this is the area which is near to a coal mine. So this is the effect is the lung carcinoma, cause is the coal mine. So this is called a retrospective study. And what is the prospective study? Prospective study is like you have given like you have put 10 people in a like coal mine, and after 10 years you are seeing, okay, let's see how many people have lung carcinoma. So so cause to effect I'm looking. So this type of studies you can do in MBBS level. By survey only you can run these studies. Okay, it's a part of PSM. In the PSM there you will find the field works. If you contact to the PSM professors, they will include in their project, which are mostly like this type of studies. Okay, next is the dry lab studies. I just now I told it's not trained in MBBS level, it's not present in any subject, but this is the future. You have to learn by your own effort, extra effort, and that is the sorry, where is the thing? So that is the computational biology, bioinformatics, because this is the future. If you want to stay and survive in research work, you have to learn at least a basic concept of this topic. This topic you need a laptop, a proper training course, and some softwares. And wet lab is that you are going to the lab, you are taking like checking the different experiments what we doing the what we have fantasized that we are going to the lab and we are doing different experiments. We are doing photometry, we are using PCR, we are using that spectrometry, we are using different techniques. So that those gel electrophoresis, all those things are included in the wet lab. So now I am telling how the research goes on. Here after this, first it does in the dry lab. Okay, suppose I'm taking the artificial intelligence is also the part of dry lab. Suppose I have made a molecule, okay, in the dry lab. What I will do after making that molecule, I will go for patent. After doing the patent, I will put in the wet lab. In the wet lab, after confirming it, then it will go in the like preclinical stage. Then it will come in the human, that is clinical stage. After that, on the basis of the research, there the original paper will be published. Like similar papers in the whole world, thousands of researchers are publishing similar papers. So then we have to analyze the systematic review and meta-analysis. On the basis of systematic review, we are getting a particular like focusing point. Then the guidelines maker are making the guidelines, and that guidelines you are viewing like that the treatment guidelines, and on the basis of that treatment guidelines, we all are doing the treatments. So this is the whole process. So original research, how to do the original research? First, MBBS level. First, you have this is the same. kind of things you will face in the ICM or STS also. First, talk to a professor. Okay, approach a professor, made a like what type of things, a topic. First thing is making a topic, then protocol writing. Protocol writing, the professor will guide you. Then with the protocol writing, you have to apply for the ethical. Here in the ethical part, there are some things that institute to institute varies. Okay, most of the things according to the ICMR rules, each and if you are doing a multi-center study, each and every institute need, if you have 5 institutes should have individual ethical approval. But sometimes what it does, that if the institute A has the ethical approval, institute B ethical committee can also accept that ethical without any further delay, because this ethical approval takes, if the institute is very fast, it will take 1 month. If it's very slow, it can take 3 to 4 months to 5 months also. This is the very important part of starting a research, that is the ethical clearance. Without that, you can't study any research work. And obviously remember one thing, in when you are receiving an ethical paper, like ethical, they will certificate, there should be mentioned the registration number. Okay, because if the registration number is not mentioned above, then you can't publish. It will very tough to publish the paper in a foreign journal. That's very important. From my personal experience, if the ethical number is not present in the list letter, there's ethical registration number, that there will be a number. Okay, and always request the ethical committee to give ethical report in a printed format, not handwritten, because again, if you are targeting a foreign journal, these kind of things are troublesome. So then you have to do the data collection, data analysis. Data analysis will be done by a biostatistician. Then with the data, you will write the manuscript. Okay, then posting preprint, it's optional. Okay, you can do it, you can't do it. It depends on different views. If you see the Indian views, they don't like the posting preprint. If you see the views according to a professor of US or UK, they prefer preprint posting. So because it depends your views, your supervisor views. Okay, then submission to the journal. Then a journal, like if journal sent it to peer review after editorial acceptance, then the peer review will come with a revision, then you will revise it, then you will submit. After all those things, it will be accepted. You will get a mail from the journal editor that hello, not hello, dear, your corresponding author name, it's pleased to inform you that your manuscript title is accepted for publication. So this kind of mail you will get. So then you can publish and you share. Then after getting published, you can share it with your peers. So now the main thing, it's in the MBBS level. If you want to join a clinical trial, you should have to contact a professor. You can't run a clinical trial. I think in India, MD is required to be a PI of a clinical trial. I think so, because MD is required. Means the MD or MS is required to be a principal investigator of the clinical trial. But yes, in the MBBS level, you can ask a professor who is the principal investigator, and you can join as a clinical trial intern or clinical trial assistant, something like that, in their lab. So what is the clinical trial? Clinical trial is, first I told that that's a computational biology where we all are working on the dry lab. Then comes the protocol writing, the similar process, ethical clearance. Obviously, see, I'm all working on an animal, that is rat. Remember, human ethical and rat ethical is different. For rat, you have to take the ethical approval from the animal board. Okay, they will check that because a rat is an animal, and in any other animal will be treated as a human, and they should get full respect and the pain should be less. They are sacrificing for the development of science, so we should respect their sacrifice. So all the things the animal board will check. They will see that okay, the rat, its handling is good, everything is good, then they will give the approval, and they will always cross check, because they will come and they will cross check is everything handled perfectly or not. If not, they have the right to cancel your ethical at any moment in between the research if they found the guidelines is not followed perfectly. So this is a very important thing when you are doing a preclinical work that is on animals. Then preclinical trial, which were we used an rats or pig or that is called rabbit, where we see the pharmacodynamics, pharmacokinetics, and toxicity of a particular drug. Then I told that then you have to attend some course which is good clinical practice. You will find that different institutes held this course where you will be trained with the guidelines of the clinical trial, the ICMR guidelines, which we usually follow in India. Okay, WHO has guidelines, different country has their own guideline. After that, you have you now it's a clinical, now you are giving the drug on a patient. So now you have to take the from your institute, you should get the ethical clearance. Okay, then that whole trial should get clinical clearance from DCGI, that's the Drug Control General of India. After getting that, you have to take patient, you start taking patient. For patient, this is very important, the principal investigator will sit under of that witness, and he or she will tell that what is the treatment, why is important, what's the benefit, what's the adverse effect. All the things should be disclosed, and audio and video will be recorded, and it will be saved, because clinical trials has a very much legal impact, so each and everything should be documented. So then you have to check the patient criteria matching. Different clinical trial has exclusion inclusion criteria. You have to check, go through the patient with that criteria. If the inclusion criteria match, then you can take the patient to the clinical trial. Then comes, now you have, it is all you will study in PSM if you phase 1, but here I am telling more detail, in more detail. So phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, this is the main three phase, where in first phase we see the safety of the drug. In phase 2 we see the efficacy of the drug and side effects, and phase 3 we do up, means we check everything in a bigger population. After this thing, we get the FDA approval in USA and DCGI approval in India. Okay, the Drug Control General of India gives the approval. And phase 4 is not our job; it's the company job. It's based on the marketing, the market scenario. It's not a clinician's job. So first part is up to good clinical, preclinical. Here mostly PhD professors come. Okay, PhD and MSc, they lead this part. After good clinical practice, we doctors come and interfere. Okay, so now if you read the clinical trial, there is a new addition which is called phase 0. In phase 0, they do a very small pilot study which is around 10 patients and for 7 to 8 days, and it is done because of cost cutting. Okay, and there is a work called SAE, severe adverse effect. It's important that if you find any adverse effect in the patient, you should note it down and inform to the clinical trial head of, means if it's a pharma company, you have to inform to the pharma company. These all the things are important, because all the data will be recorded, it will be published, and the approval will be done based on everything. Okay, so this picture has been taken from this website. Okay, so is there any question up to now?
Dada, there is a question in the chat room.
Chat box.
Yes.
And I've seen, and I will tell. But apart from and, I can't find any question.
Dada, I'll read it out to you. It says, "Are
Okay.
many MBBS books used to come in 4 to 5 years, but medical science is evolving every day. If someone adds new updated things, does it come under book review?"
So yes, it will come under book review, but there what you have to do, then you have to first thing you can write those updates, and you can send, like if Harrison, you are giving the updates in Harrison, you can contact to the editor or the publisher directly, and you can write the updates in your format, and you can submit the updates. If they like it, they will publish it.
So one question I have is that like
Okay.
regarding clinical trials, so like do we have to do that in the same college that we are studying, or like we can approach a different university and then ask the professor?
You can ask if your college gave the NOC. You can ask different professors also, but for that you need a NOC from your college.
Okay, so thank you.
Dada, I had a
Yes.
question.
Yes.
So for instance, if I'm doing a research under ICMR, which involves two different institutions, like my own college and a lab which is outside my college. So do I need ethical committee permissions from both the institutions, or will one of them do?
See, according to rules, you have to take the ethical approval from both the institution. This is the rule, okay, according to rule book. But if your college has accepted, means if you have taken it from the ICMR, and you have presented it, you have contacted your college ethical team, and they have given the written permission, okay, we are accepting this ethical which has been taken from ICMR, then you haven't taken, no need to take that. But if they don't, then you have to take from the college. According to ICMR rule, each and every institute have to for each and every institute you have to take separate ethical clearance. But if your college is accepting the ICMR ethical, or ICMR is accepting your college ethical, then no need to take.
Okay, thank you.
Any more question? So okay, so is this part you will study in the PSM also? So is there any more questions? So feel free to ask, because these are very important parts. No one will teach you like the silver platter. Okay.
Okay, one last question I have.
Okay,
So like,
okay, yes.
do we have to do this clinical trial thing in a government-based facility, or like we can do it in a private hospital also?
Private hospital also do clinical trials, government hospital also do clinical trials. Like in Tata is also doing clinical trials. Here, I think medical college is also doing clinical trials. It's nothing like that, government or private. Yeah, with a proper setup, you can do anywhere. You just need a proper setup.
Sir, that's private hospitals also have their particular ethical committees.
Private hospitals, yes, if they don't have the ethical committee, if they are trying to run a clinical trial, either they have to create an ethical committee, or they have to tag some institute who has an ethical committee.
Achha.
Ethical is mandatory.
And you spoke about two different kinds of methodologies that we use. One was the dry, which does not involve a lab, and the other one which involves groundwork. So when you're talking about the dry methodologies, and you talked about computational biology, I think. So could you elaborate a bit on that? Like you said that we need to learn some things before we venture into that. So could you elaborate a bit on that?
So dry laboratory like is that there are a couple of subjects which are growing nowadays. That is, they will find that by artificial intelligence in medicine. Okay, then it's like bioinformatics, then is a molecular docking, there's computational biology. These are the whole parts which is developing just now, means now 2 to 3 years. Okay, in Kolani in West Bengal, there is an institute of bioinformatics also. They what they do, they like was currently procedure is that I am conceptualizing a molecule. I will not chemically prepare it. First, I will prepare it in the lab. In the computer with the help of artificial intelligence, with the help of softwares. Then I will, with the help of artificial intelligence, I will check the efficacy of that drug and safety. If it's okay and good, then I will go for the patenting. Okay. If the patent accepted and happened, then I will create it in the lab. So now this is the dry lab tech parts which is currently included for 2 to 3 years. It's mostly it's affecting in cost cutting, because only with the help of artificial intelligence only I could know that what can be the future or what can be the potential adverse effect, or what can be the potential like efficacy.
Okay.
Any more questions?
One more
Devoshmita
question.
yeah. Ask.
Yeah. So like whenever we're going for the ICMR research, we need a guide. So you were talking about how that has to be a professor. So does it have to be a professor, or can it be an SR or an assistant or associate professor as well?
Professor means I want to mean that assistant, associate, everything. In ICMR, that scientist A, scientist B, scientist C, scientist D, all can be the guide.
Dada, you were saying something to me?
So is there any more question written on anywhere like YouTube or something?
Just a second.
Should
Dada.
I move forward?
No, Dada, no more questions as of now. You can move forward.
Okay, can I move forward?
Yes, Dada.
So for then consider randomized control trial. Randomized control trial is a part of again a study where there will be two groups. One group is like where on the control group, and one will be the study group. Study group, like suppose I am trying to see the efficacy of like rituximab, or you can say take a easy drug, tamoxifen is a very common drug in breast cancer. Now you want to see the efficacy of tamoxifen in the breast cancer patient of Indian population of age 20 to 30. Suppose this is the motto. So now you have to take one group who has breast cancer and comes under this age group, and again another group, that is the control group, who has also similar breast cancer, and within this study age group. One group you will give that is the case group, you will give tamoxifen, and other group you will give placebo. Okay, then you will see the overall survival. Okay, what's the overall survival rate, what's the disease free survival rate, what is the 5 years prognosis. So these kind of things you will check from randomized control trial. Okay, one arm is called again it's named as case, and another is control. Okay, so in MBBS student, again you can't be the principal investigator, but yes, if you contact a professor who is kind of doing the randomized control trial and he or she accept you in the group, then you can be as an intern or a research assistant, you can join their lab. Okay, in the MBBS level is possible. So and now if I enter to the technical term, there is three types of technical term. One is a single blinded study, one is double blinded study, one is triple blinded study. In a single blinded study, the patient doesn't know that am I getting the tamoxifen or am I getting the placebo. Patient doesn't know. Only the PI and the data collector, they know. In the second phase, double blinded study, only the analyzer know, neither patient nor the principal investigator. No one knows which kind of drugs who is getting. They all the drugs are like a mark. It's not that it will not written as a tamoxifen. It will written as some code thing. Only that code is known by the analyzer or the drug company. And the triple blinded study, no one knows, only the head at the top of the trial, who is the lead principal investigator, only he or she knows. Like suppose it's a multi-center study and a lead principal investigator is sitting in Oxford University, only she or he know. We everyone will talk in code. So that's the third triple blinding study. But most of the study which is done in India, or most of the study in the world, is double blinded study. Rituximab in the COVID-19, I think that is done a study. All those are double blinded study where principal investigator don't know first which community is getting placebo and which community is getting the tamoxifen. The patient doesn't know, only the analyzer know the which community is getting tamoxifen and which community is getting the controls, means the placebo. Prospective, retrospective, I just in the previous slides I have discussed also. So this is the parts of original research. Now I am open to question about from everyone who are interested, if there is any question on original research. Devoshmita, is there any question?
No, Dada, not yet.
Okay, so I'm moving forward. Can you be the principal investigator before completing MBBS? Yes, you can. You can be a principal investigator of a survey-based study, not a very complex study like clinical trials or randomized control trial. Last, a survey-based prospective or retrospective, you can be a principal investigator before completing a MBBS, but there is a condition that you have to take a guide who is a expert in that field, either a professor or associate professor, or a doctor, or assistant professors, like that. You have to take a guide how to think about a study in the MBBS. So when first think where you want to do the study, then read the papers, then select, go to PubMed and Google Scholar, then read the papers related to that topic, and then select study, and you will select 2 to 3 papers which are great and which will be your path maker. Okay, so this is how you can make a study in a MBBS level. Okay, make sure that what study you are preparing in PubMed, it will be better if that type of similar type of paper is less than 15. But okay, if your similar type of study is done in USA, you want to do it India, then good, you can go for it. Okay, so the problem which we all face in the research, first problem is that our coursework is not made for training in research. Absolutely not a course which can encourage research. We don't have any thesis writing. We don't have any practical research. Or everything is optional. So there is no compulsory research course. Second, what I have felt that many professors don't like to take MBBS student in their research team. This is the problem I have faced. So that there is a challenge of finding a supervisor who will supervise. The second point is that our knowledge about what types of study biostatistics are very less, only a chapter in PSM. I think in MBBS level, profit that it should be a different like subject, like biostatistics should be trained to the MBBS student deeply in MBBS. So this kind of things are not there, and the lab works in MBBS is also not that much high level like that BSc or MSc student. Like all the labs are very superficial, so these kind of things are the barriers. Okay, research methodology, we are hardly trained about research methodology in MBBS. Funding is a big issue. We rarely get any funding in MBBS apart from you got selected in ICM or STS, you will get some funding. Like in 25,000 rupees, they have now will give to the ICM or STS fellows. So these kind of things are problem which I have faced in the MBBS because the course work. Another problem is also the time management, because as it's like a hectic and it's a job which we have to, which is not present in our curriculum. So you have, and the curriculum is also so hectic. It's time management is very important. So you have to cut your like free time, you have to cut your like extra time, like you like you're going somewhere, you have to cut that trip, or like you have to sacrifice somewhere to enter in this field. Okay, so if you like, if you are thinking that okay, I will do everything, then it's good, you are very meritorious, you can do it. But otherwise you have to cut some like of entertainment from the life, and then you have to extract time from there and you have to put it here. So it's about my view. Okay, so time management is a big thing, because the MBBS itself a big course. Second problem is I told that the curriculum is not made for the research training. So that biostatistics, bioinformatics, all those training are not present in MBBS. The third is that it's hard to get a supervisor who will take us in their lab. So these kind of problems I have faced personally. So okay, so is there any question up to this part?
The thing which you were saying about if you are going for any kind of original research, then the number of results that come in PubMed should be less than 15. Or if you are basically trying to reiterate some kind of study that has been done abroad, so can we like do it within, like, let's say West Bengal or in a couple of medical colleges, like we
Yes,
take a
yes,
couple of
yes.
sessions?
You can do it. See, the journals are much more reader based. Okay, so if you targeting a study in West Bengal, if you submit in Lancet, they will not accept it. In fact, Lancet doesn't accept a study if you do it in one center. Okay, if you do it in the whole India, then you can think of Lancet. So when you are choosing a journal, that's very important, and journal will see your topic is, it will be under their leadership or not. Yes, you can do it West Bengal, you can do in your own institute, but on the basis of that you should choose your journal also.
Okay, Dada, so as an extension, hypothetically, I'm asking that let's say you do want to get published in an internationally acclaimed journal. So how do you go about collecting data all around the country? Maybe like, is it like if the online mode is not available, for instance, if you need interaction with
you have to
patients?
take you have to take you for that that will be the multi-center study now. You have to take like in West Bengal you took like medical college, or you took PG. Okay, you took two three like PG medical college national, you took NRS, this kind of and 1 2 3 institute you took. Then in North Bengal you took the North Bengal Medical College. In Bakura you took Bakura Medical College. Then in Delhi you took AIMS Delhi and Maulana Azad. In Uttar Pradesh you took KGMU and BHU. In Ludhiana you took PGI Chandigarh. In Mumbai you took there in Indira Gandhi Medical College, and that is KIMS Medical College. In different, then you have to do a big collaborative study. In Kerala you to take the Amrita Institute. In Bangalore you take Manipal. Different institute you are taking. This is a big collaborative study you are doing.
Okay, but through collaborations. Got it. Thank you.
Yes, through collaborations. You have to take the multi centers, then you have to make the collab. Any more question?
The GCP is important for, is it necessary to have GCP certificate for any undergraduate
Yes,
student?
yes. No. For undergraduate, GCP is not mandatory, but after MBBS, is GCP is important. For MBBS, see, for MBBS clinical trials, just you have to knock the door of the principal investigator, sir. If you know him or her personally, then you can talk to him or her personally, or you can send the official mail with your CV. Always carry your full-length CV. Sir, this is my CV. I am very much interested to work with you, and I am just an MBBS student, sir. It will be a great opportunity if I could work with you, and please give me opportunity. I want to learn about the details in clinical trials. I will not take any payment, okay, but I just want to learn. So he or she, if he or she can take you non-paid clinical trial intern or non-paid clinical trial assistant, but make sure it will not be paid. Any more question?
Sada, you
Any more? Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
were saying at the beginning of the lecture that, especially if someone is going for abroad studies, so then over there research becomes very important. So asking from that point of view, like, how much of value do they give to a study that has been conducted in our country, which is, let's say, it's not a pan-India study, but
No,
it might.
they will see. Even if you don't publish it, put it in the preprint only, they will give the full importance to you.
Okay, so even if it is
See,
like a local study or something, like if I've done it by myself,
yes, they will give full importance. But see, what is the criteria? Are you a doctor or you are a basic science student?
I'm an MBBS student. I'm in third
MBBS.
year.
Okay. Okay. So if you are applying for basic science work abroad, okay. If you are applying in USA as a like basic science student in a lab for an intern or PhD later on, they will not see your publication. If one publication, if it's in preprint also, it will be okay. No one will no one, they will just see it, they will understand the quality, and they will ask in the interview, they will ask question from that paper only. Okay, it can be a single center study, it can be multi-center study, no problem. But if you give USMLE or if you give lab,
That's what I'm
then there
asking
is a
about.
criteria. Yes, if you give USMLE, now the competition is so hard, that's why I'm taking that pupils are getting published in good journals from the MBBS level only, because their professors are accepting them and they are publishing for them. In USA, PubMed is very important. If you go for UK, there will be a criteria. I am telling you, if you publish non-PubMed paper, okay, so for that you will get 1 out of 8. Okay, if you have one PubMed, then you will get 2 out of 8. If you have 3 or more than 3, you will get, I think, 8 out of 8 something. So they see there is a vision like different. In India, Scopus is, they give priority to Scopus, but if you see UK and USA, they will give priority to PubMed, the journals which are in PubMed, your paper which are in PubMed. Got the point? But if you are going for that, like suppose you are going for PhD, okay, or for a lab intern, then if you have only like suppose a preprint, it is also acceptable. Scopus, non-Scopus are also acceptable. Scopus are also acceptable. PubMed are also acceptable. No publication are also acceptable if you have a good amount of technical work. See, as a PI, the professor will also see the benefit from you. That's the simple thing. When you are joining a lab. Okay, if I have PCR and you know every types of PCR technique, then no matter how many publications you have, I will accept you, because you are beneficial. You will give benefit to my research. That's the whole funda.
So
But for
like I should be
USMLE,
okay. As in, I should be trained in lab work. So that is more important than having any
Yes,
kind
yes.
of.
Lab work should be trained in MBBS. Till now, in the curriculum, lab works are less. But if you want to focus towards some general works, basic science works, then you should train in the lab also. Start training in the labs.
So, like I was asking, like for instance, let's say someone wants to apply for a research position over there before they match into residency, for instance, because it's you get more brownie points for doing research over there than over here. So, what would you recommend? What kind of lab work a student should get trained in? To
The basic
be a good.
wet lab work, the PCR, the electrophoresis, the current techniques, if the basic lab work, the using of different like what's called electrophoresis, PCR, photometry, spectrometry, this kind of lab works. I know one professor, you can see, he's in Yale University, Bandhan Mukherjee. He has done his BSc and MSc. Okay, then he had no publication. He has told us only he had lots of experience in lab. I think 2 to 3 years of experience in lab, and he got PhD in university in Canada. Now he is a postdoc. He is working on Alzheimer's in Yale University. So now, because when he has joined PhD, he doesn't have any publication from PhD, but he has a huge amount of lab experience. Okay, but
Okay.
see, here is different stages. But if you are going just currently the world is so haphazard now. If you see this is the basic sense, but if you going to after giving USMLE or UK Foundation, there the PubMed index publications are getting priority. So if it's actually a very drastic situation in the whole world. You need a publication, you don't need a publication, types of journals, every course has means every course has their own requirements. If you go for like a lab based work, they will rarely see a publication. If you have publication is good, but they will see your techniques. But if you go for a USMLE matching or a foundation course, then you will find that okay, it will go, they will more give priority to the PubMed index journal. If you see for India Scopus are getting more prioritized than PubMed journal. It should be in Scopus. Scopus is very important here. But in MBBS level, if there is no mandatory of publications, everything based on exam and marks. So it depends in every area to area. It's actually very depending.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Dada, there's a
Any more
question.
question? Yeah.
The question is, what will be your suggestion for the BSc or MSc student who wants to publish their project in a reputed journal or publication in India?
See, for this, see, publication, see, there are 3 types of publication. One is non-Scopus, one is Scopus, and another is PubMed. Okay. For starting, see, each and everyone has their own view about this publication. Work hard. Okay. If starting you from the base, you can start with the non-Scopus journals, but gradually you have to take it higher and higher and higher. Okay. First PubMed is okay, then try the Scopus journals. So first the non-Scopus are okay, then getting it higher, then it is like do it in the Scopus journal, then higher, then PubMed journal, then make high the impact factor, first 2, then 4, then 8, then 30, and it's just getting it higher. So these are the things are important. Okay. So these kind of things are very much important. So BSc MSc students, see, if you publication for you, if you can start having publications, you can start from the basics, what I prefer, and then gradually take it in the higher stage. Okay. So what are some student friendly journals indexed in PubMed? See, this is a very tough question, because student friendly journal, see, most of the journals which are in PubMed is always a huge, good quality journals. So student friendly, I don't know, but if your work is good, if then they will surely accept your work. Okay. Student friendly, I don't know the word student friendly, but if your work is good, and then yeah, your work will be accepted. Okay.
So as a beginner, so we should start from non-PubMed journals, and then we should
See,
gradually
see,
move up to.
yeah, here you will get the variation of views with in different researchers. For my view, start from the basic journals and get it higher and higher and higher. Okay, this is my views. But if you talk to someone else, they will tell no, just do it in the PubMed journal. So it depends. In views, it depends. That it's that of you. It's then listen to everyone, then make your own view.
Okay, sir. Thank
Okay. Okay. So how to frame a research question from first year to your point. Read more and more papers. Practice reading research papers from PubMed, from Google Scholar, from Scopus. Practice reading research papers. When you will read and read in a mind of analysis. Okay, always try to analyze. You will the research question will come in your mind automatically, and that research question will give birth to a new project.
So one more question I have.
Yes.
My college is in China, but I'm studying online in India right now. But so that how can I have like lab experiences? So should I like take up some
You have
lab
to
courses
apply it in India.
for?
You have to take a in NOC from your college, okay, and then you have to apply in India.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, it will be
Does
not paid.
So does the
Yes,
NSC apply if I want to work in some other lab except for my college in Kolkata only? Like my college is from Kolkata, but do I need an NOC to work in some other lab from my college?
yes. If you are working in anywhere apart from your own college, you will need a in NOC. Like if you are studying in medical college, if you want to use the lab want to use the lab work of Calcutta National Medical College, you have to take a NOC from medical college.
So, sir,
NOC is
how should we apply for this? Like just to the officials in the college?
just you have to talk to the who is the principal will
Okay.
issue, or the head of the department, anyone will issue it. Is that at means your college administration, you have to talk you have to talk that sir, I or ma'am, I want to work there, this kind, give me NOC so that I could work like that.
Okay, Dada. And
NOC is
same goes for the ethical committee, right?
ethical committee. What question?
Like before I go on with the research for the ethical permission, so we should
Yes,
talk.
ethical first you have to write. See, first you have to ask a professor. Okay, take a professor, make the protocol. Okay, the professor will guide you how to take the ethical.
Okay, okay.
Okay, the professor will guide you how to take the ethical. You have to make PPT. You have to present it in front of a group of people from ethical committee. Okay, there are different types of. There will be professor. There will be priest also. Like if they will see that okay, your protocol is not breaking the any religious things. There will be people from lawyer will come there. So everyone, they will ask you question. You have to cross question. They will, then after that, if they are satisfied, they will give you the ethical approval. After that, you can start the research.
Okay, and this applies to ICMR as well, right?
Yes, ICMR also.
Okay.
Every research you need ethical.
Okay.
Every original research. Regarding SR, is there a minimum number of database? We should at least 3 database you have to follow. For systematic review, at least 3 database. Okay. Is there any more question?
There is another question which says, what are some good
Yeah.
basic journals with a reasonable impact factor?
see, impact factor is a again a complicated thing. What impact factor is? We see globally that the Lancet is 60, NEJM is 74. That is given by Web of Science or Clarivate impact factor. But most of the Indian journals, like not the top Indian journals, I'm not just like the ICMR journal or that I think JAPI, not those journals, but many journals show impact factor something, but those are not given by Clarivate index. So their impact those impact factors doesn't have any global impact, globally not acceptable. So what are some basic journals? It depends on the you if you want to publish in Scopus, is Indian or foreign, what the audience asked.
Dada, they haven't mentioned the region. It's a okay, they have mentioned
there are many journals. Okay, there are many journals. It will be better if the journal has a connection to any society or university, or any like any society or university. If it's connected, then it will be better. Okay, like today on only I was seeing some like yeah they yeah, your paper I was reading. What's name? Devoshmita.
Mine, Dada.
That is the yes JP publisher. Your paper I was
Yes.
reading today. Yes. So yeah, that's a society journal. So that journal is also good because no society journals have a high impact than the non-society journals.
Thank you, Dada.
So okay, so these kind of things are important, and for publishers, society can be the publisher, or most of the journals in India which are getting published are from the Wilson Flavor, or some I maybe my pronunciation is wrong. That's or some WK. That's the with some you will find many Indian journals are. Walter Kluwer, yes, that publisher. Now TMA is also doing great job in India, taking a lots of journals. So the TMA publisher, Wilson Kluwer, Elsewhere Springer is there, and then the JP publisher it's a good national publisher. So it's all about this. Many societies are publishing papers. So always look something that when you are like if you are always see the indexing. Okay, if it's non-Scopus, see that if the journal has some good index or not, like DRGI or SLICIT, Index Copernicus, like that. Then see ISSN should be there. Okay, it's now very common, but it should be there. Then see the editorial board, who are in the editorial board. See that it's good that if the journal is associated with some society, or like the Devoshmita has published in Indian Society of Physicians. So or it's any like university journal or not, like BHU or any like St. Xavier's College, or there is a journal in there you will find that in the North Bengal Medical College, Siliguri has a journal that's called Journal of Undergraduate Medical Research. So these kind of journals are good, although they are non-Scopus, but they are as they have a good society impact. So these are good.
Dada, can you repeat about the indexing part once?
So indexing part, always see the indexing. Okay, if it's not Scopus, always see the indexing, other indexing like Index Copernicus, SLICIT from New Zealand, and not New Zealand, it's from Switzerland. MDPI is giving that, or DRGI India, or any other indexing like Index Copernicus. If they have a valid indexing, and then you can go for it with a valid ISSN. And also if it's non-Scopus, if it will be better if the journal is associated with some society or university. Okay, like North Bengal Medical College, Siliguri, West Bengal has a journal called Undergraduate Medical Research, Journal of Undergraduate Medical Research, JUMAR. So that is non-Scopus, but as it has a association with a reputed medical college, it's an official journal of a reputed medical college. The journal is obviously very impactful.
Nada, what do we look for in the editorial board?
Editorial board, see that what type of editorial board the journal has. You have to see that what type of scope the journal has. If it's non-scopus, if it's scopus, then you can close your eyes and you can submit the paper. If it's PubMed, close your eyes, submit the paper.
Thank you, Dada.
Okay. And also, if you are going for a PubMed journal, also see the APC charge. Okay, there is a many journals have very high APC charge, like I think Nature Lancet at 5 to 8 lakhs APC charge. So it's very high. So make sure if you are submitting in these journals, you have a funding, or go for a closed access. Okay, where your paper will not be available. Means openly the reader have to pay a money, then he or she will get the paper. So closed access. Okay, then you have to go for closed access, then it will be free. So each and everything we have to like very open, because there is another 1 hour 2 hour talk on publication, how to publish. Thank you for one question I can find foreign. Okay, is there any more question, Devasmita?
No, Dada, not as of yet. I'll let you know if there is any more.
Okay. So now the other types of papers which I was talking about, how to address a literature review. For literature review, one question on ANT I was getting. If possible, please conduct a book. So so how to address a literature review? For literature review, like ANT or anything, okay, study the last 5 to 10 years papers. For literature review, take a professor, because there his or her experience is highly important in that field. Then read the papers, then consult with the professor, then with no matter which paper you are reading, always maintain a project Excel. Always what paper you are reading, always mark write the link, so that later you can access and you can have a list that what papers you have written. So with that you can write the whole like for literature review, what you have to take, you have to write the paper. After you have to read the papers, you have to list it down. Okay, then you have to write the whole thing in a very elaborate way in 4,000 to 5,000 words with sometimes 70 to 100 references. Okay, sometimes it can go to 120 reference, 200 reference also if it goes. Okay, literature review is very hectic job. A good literature review takes 7 months to 1 year to finish. So it's a very difficult job, and for our level, if you don't have a guidance of a proper professor, means experienced professor, is tough to getting acceptance in a foreign journal also. So any question on literature review? I was getting question from there. I will answer those now. No question? Devasmita, any question?
Not as of yet, Dada.
No question, na?
No, Dada.
Okay, so case report and case series. So case report and case series I have told before only. Okay, so case report, I before completing, I will show the different types of papers from PubMed. Okay, I will give you the, if you are interested, I will give you the from the PubMed. I will show you current updates on literature review, systematic review. Is that from now it's very important to register the protocol in Prospero. Okay, because JAMA +1, these type of journals are only accepting the systematic review if it's already registered in Prospero. Okay, for Prospero registration, you have to give the whole protocol. Okay, for COVID, it will take 1 to 2 days for if they are accepting it. For non-COVID article, it will take 1 month. Okay, the preprint, what I have told just now, the preprint sites are made archive for the papers which have human related to it. Bioarchive is the papers which have animals or non-humans included. Research Square is also a preprint site. Research Square takes case report also as a preprint. Okay, OSF takes everything. Preprint.org is good, but the main problem of preprint.org is that you need an institutional email address. Okay, so in this case, medRxiv, bioarchive, Research Square, medRxiv and bioarchive only accept original research papers and systematic reviews and meta-analysis. Okay, other types of paper they don't accept. Research Square accept original papers, systematic reviews, and case reports and case series. OSF and preprint also accept commentary, literature review, everything. So preprint are something which are not peer reviewed, mandatory. I mentioned it will be added in your CV, but it will be written as preprint, so not peer reviewed. It's not a formal publication. It's a non-peer reviewed thing. Protocol posting, I just now told, is a protocol. There are some journals that Nature protocol, JOMR protocol, okay, BMJ protocol, they accept protocol, but it's costly, which they have a article processing charge. But in your free, if you can post your protocol, you can see protocol exchange by it is by Nature. Okay, again, Nature and funded by Research Square. Again, it is not peer reviewed. Prospero is free. If you are a student, if you are academician, it will be free. If you are giving for a company, it will be paid, as I came to know. But for us, what we have registered is it gone free. It is funded by UK government, and that's the national NHS. So SR protocol are registered in Prospero, and for clinical trial, if you want to do a clinical trial in future, or you want to get any details from any clinical trial, there's a clinical trial registration. Okay, it's a clinicaltrial.gov. This is the important sector. So this is the conference presentation. I am told I always prefer before publishing the full paper, always present to a conference. Like you can see, we are preparing, like me and my collaborators all are preparing the slides. Okay, for a presentation here, I'm giving my presentation in front of judges. You have to give this. This judge will ask you questions. Okay, you have to explain the works. Here in the Netherlands, I'm giving the lecture in Amsterdam on the RAS. There's a KRAS treatment in lung cancer. So here I have used the whiteboard, and I'm explaining the mechanisms. So later the different audience judges are there. They will ask questions. So this is my last, unfortunately due to COVID, this is my last in-person presentation. After that, everything is currently is going online. Just now, before joining this meeting, I have presented on one of my paper in a conference of Pune. So so this is my research team. This is the Pharma sir, which I am thankful because he is the first person who helped me in the research in anatomy. And this is my research team in mental health. Where 2 years I have worked in mental health projects. And this is the Xiong Pang, Professor Xiong Pang, who was the PI of our project. So we are doing some observational studies based on some questionnaires. Okay, in the population of China. So Indian population of China. So these are also very important part. I'm also very thankful, Xiang Pang. These professors have really taught me a lot about research writing, protocol, and all those original research types. This is my my own community medicine lab where I am conducting researches with under guidance of professors from St. Xavier's College. This professor from Kumar Mitro from microbiology, head of the department of microbiology, St. Xavier's College. So this is the research means we are conducting digital these papers. One of my papers also got 20 citations also, which I had done in 2020 November, September, October, November, that time. It also got featured in the Hindu newspaper. So thank you for today's talk. If you are interested, I can show papers from PubMed about the different types. If you are interested, let me know. Just to clarify, thank you. Yes, you can. It's a good question. If we can publish in peer-reviewed journal, yes. In the conflict of interest, you have to mention that the paper is in is a preprint, and and they will give a DY to you. You have to put the DY there. Okay, yes, you can publish the paper after preprint. Some journals are there which don't accept preprint. One journal I personally know is the PubMed journal, that is the Journal of Nepal Medical Association. Okay, that is a good journal, but they don't accept the paper which is in preprint. But and sometimes JAMA don't accept, but otherwise 95% above journals are accepted. In if you write preprint in the Wikipedia, you will get a list of journals who have we don't accept preprint, but there are very less. Most of the journals accept preprint. It is citable. Anyone in the world can read your work. It's just getting accepted in 1 to 2 days. And good thing is that it's highly acceptable in UK or USA or anywhere in the whole world is accepted. And what else? And yes, but if you have a preprint, when you are publishing it, you should mention in the conflict of interest that this paper is in preprint with DY number. You have to put the DY so that the journal will come to know that yes, the paper is in preprint, and the plagiarism will not be counted. Okay. More question, interesting. Okay, let me show them. In the meantime, if you have any question, please let me know.
So I want to ask if we want to find the community of researchers. So we should use LinkedIn. Is LinkedIn a good source to find other?
See. LinkedIn is also very good. Okay. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. I use each and every social media because to share and to connect with the different researchers in the whole world. Okay, LinkedIn is very good. ResearchGate is very good. Facebook, there are lots of researchers you will get in Facebook. Instagram, you will get that researchers from Ukraine, Russia, UK, they are very active in what I can say Instagram. So each and every social media you can use as a platform to grow your research. You can share, you can connect, you can do everything. Okay, so it's it's up to you how you are using it. You can use it in a to share your personal life, or you can share your professional life. Okay, so let me then.
Dada, who can peer review an article?
See, peer review I have peer reviewed 41 articles. Peer review will be decided by the journal. Journal has a group of peer reviewers. Like when the editor will select peer reviewers from that whole database. There is a database with all the peer reviewers, and yes, many journals also take suggestions from the submitted authors. Please give some peer reviewer. So this is the current trend. Big journals are please add 3 peer reviewers name who can peer review your work. So journals also take suggestion from the authors to peer review. So what usually do, then from that you have to give three authors name. It's optional, but you can give three of your three names of peer reviewers. Then from one will be one person will be taken, and other two will be the external peer reviewer, which will be chosen by the editor of the journal. That's the whole procedure is going on now.
Okay, Dada.
So let me share the screen. Visible, PubMed?
Yes, Dada.
Okay.
Yes, Dada.
What paper you want? So let's write the myocarditis. COVID-19 myocarditis after COVID-19 vaccination. So these are the group of papers. Okay, you are getting. Now what you have to do, like I want to read the, here you have all the things. Okay, these are, these column is the filter column. Now I want to read the like let me find. Okay, this is the paper. See, this is a case series. What I told you, case series. So is the full text here is present. See, so this is how the case series is there. This is the abstract. Okay, background, method, finding. This is the abstract. Okay, this is the background, means in introduction part, and how, see how you will make the table of a case series. Case 1, case 2, similar type of cases. All the cases are related to myocarditis of post vaccination. Case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5, case 6. 6 cases is a case series. Similar types of case you are adding, and then you are writing the whole this clinical image diagrams, then discussion based on the, as a cumulative discussion you are giving. This is called case series. This is called case series. Okay, so now the case report is the same thing with one patient. Case report. Seven adolescents. This is also a case series. Okay, final case series. Let me see. Yeah, this is a case report. See, we report a case. This is only on based on one patient. See, this is a only one patient. You can see only a previously 24 years, only one patient. Every details are given. Okay, so this is a case report. So the next thing is that case report, case series, systematic review. Published in QBS one article. Yeah, see, this is a case. This is a systematic meta-analysis and systematic review. Published in QBS, yes, this paper only. See, this is called Prisma chart, where this is the whole flow. Like first they have taken this is the someone has asked now what how minimum 3 database we have to use. So total patient was 214, 52 are from there, then screen, then duplicate, then screen, duplicate, like that, and finally they have only 69 study patients. Okay, 69 patients out of 214. After this is in the systematic review, you will tell that primary extraction, okay, then secondary extraction, then primary screening, secondary screening, tertiary screening. This is the whole things are written in the Prisma flowchart, which follows the rules of Prisma. Okay, so and these are the things. This is how we use the make the table of descriptive systematic review. Okay, so this is the systematic review out of these like how many studies, 15, and these many studies they have got the systematic review. Then they have did the an analysis also. This is the systematic review part, the percentage, and later they have done the analysis. See, this is not the analysis. This is also systematic review. There should be an analysis also. Let me go and another paper. Meta analysis. You can read all those things. They will create forest chart. Okay, how to guide meta analysis, systematic review. These read these things. Meta analysis on what I can say that COVID-19 vaccination. Single dose. See, this is a randomized control trial. Okay, this is a meta-analysis I'm getting. Let's see. PubMed, PMC. This is again the Prisma diagram. You will find if you see yes, this is the thing. This is the thing I'm wanting. This is a forest plot. Okay, this is the thing. Yeah, it's a part. This is 95% CL proportion. Is a two wing. They are giving a comparison. This is a starting name. The two wing. They are doing a comparison. This is a meta analysis part where they are doing a comparative analysis of 31 studies. This is a meta analysis. Then there is a funnel shaped curve. They will put that curve. So these kind of things are all the parts of that thing. What I can say, meta-analysis and biostatistician do all these things. So these are the things of meta-analysis. It's not our part because we have very less knowledge. Doctors, this is a part of biostatistician. So let them do all these works. So these are the things, and literature review. So take it from this is review. This is called literature review. If you take it from here, then you will find literature review that and COVID-19 vaccination and antitherapeutic therapy. Okay. Here you will find there's a detailed review of papers on this topic. Okay, this is a introduction, then impact, then there is a table where they are writing the current updates, then corticosteroid, each and every drug individually. They are writing. See, the difference between literature review and systematic review. Their systematic review, there is an analysis type of things where the statistician came, they are doing some analytical work. But literature review, we are giving the information in a gist way. Okay, the last 5 years you are giving in a capsule. That's called the literature review. See, there's a literature, they are giving the chart, the further works, they are proposing the what should be done. So this kind of papers, which is a great detail. See, they are doing 38 references. You can find up to 100 reference also in some papers. You find 150 reference also in some. So this is called a literature review or descriptive review, where you are writing everything in great details. So there is no exclusion inclusion criteria. There is no like the screening of studies. There is something you are giving the main motto of literature review, that I am a person who is working on this topic rheumatology. I will not study all the papers individually. I will read this paper and I should have a clear image of previous published paper, and with this paper I should have a great knowledge. That's the motto. Okay, got the point? So these are the kind of things. Okay, then I can show you something related to MetaRxiv. This is the preprint site where see, this is the preprint site. It's funded. It's published by Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory, US, and BMJ and Yale are the like the things. So this kind of things is very important. Okay, MetaRxiv. Yeah, you can publish your like I have preprints, like 4 preprints I have. So these are the preprints. Okay, these are not like they have a DY, you can see, but these are not peer reviewed. Okay, so later you can like papers, these papers are published also, though later you have to write in the conflict of interest that this paper was in preprint. Okay, so this is the preprint. Okay, MetaRxiv one by similar BioRxiv, but it's for the research paper, original research paper who doesn't have a human involvement like others biological papers, original research. After that, research square is same. Okay, Prospero, I want to show you Prospero. This is the Prospero, is funded by UK. Okay. This is funded by National Institute of Health Research. This is the Prospero for systematic reviews. Okay, now it's getting very mandatory in the whole world. Like big journals are making it mandatory. The restriction should be there in the Prospero. Okay, so this is a very important updatation in systematic review. Okay, you have to before doing the extraction, the protocol should be like the protocol should be registered in this site, and there will be a number also. Prospero will give you a number, and that number you should put. Like if I search something like COVID-19, see there is a number. If I make it, if I click it, there will be a CCD something number. You see this is the number CRD42. This number is very this is the restriction ID, and in the paper, in the methodology of the systematic review, we have to mention this number. We have to written like the paper the systematic review is registered in Prospero with the registration ID of CRD 42020187294. That's how they will the journals will understand. And this is the protocol. This is how the protocol is written. Okay, like what are the review questions, what the database you will search. See, they are searching, they will search at least 3. I told that the Medline, PubMed, Google Scholar, and Cochrane Library. Okay, what study should be included, like the inclusion exclusion criteria, control domain. Okay, what is the control? Okay, it was the intervention, was the what type of population you are targeting, what kind of outcomes you are expecting. Okay, this is again 95% the statistics part, data extraction, what kind the data extraction details, everything risk bias. This is again the statistics department. This should be, so you have to sit with the statistician and you have to you have to make the protocol. Okay, so this is the protocol of the this is the registration of Prospero. Then protocol exchange or original research protocol, you can put, it's free protocol exchange. Okay, so submit the protocol. It's funded by Nature and Research Square. You can see. So this is also it's not yeah, that's what called it's not also peer review. It's like what I can say. It's a preprint. So but you can post the protocol and it's completely free. So Research Square also has something. A question came. Okay, I will come in this question. So these are the kind of things. WaySafe is very fast. It's like just you put the paper. You will get a DOI and it will be indexed in Google Scholar. Okay, WaySafe just you put the paper. That's all. See, there is a create preprint. Go to WaySafe, then just upload the file, author statement basics, and all the things. Just upload it and create preprint. It will be stat. It will give a DOI to you. It's called a stat preprint. Here you can upload original paper, research paper, review paper, commentary letter, everything you will get a DOI like this. My preprints. If I go to this. Like all these preprints that I means directly is uploaded, is citable. Okay, and you can directly like what I can say, you can directly put it in the device there, so you can put it in the CV also. Okay, so these are the things you will get a DY also. So yeah, like like one thing I've written a physics paper. Let me find that paper. 1 minute. Article concept, yeah, wind popular. It comes like this. It's a physics paper, and it was a handwritten paper, but you can upload it in by scanning it. Is also in the that thing. See, this is the DOI. Okay, this is the DOI. This is the citations. Anyone can cite. Anyone can DOI. This is the paper. This does the handwritten paper also can be uploaded here. This is a handwritten paper on physics. I've written it in with hand, and then I have scan it and put it in the WebSafe preprint. So it's also the people can read also. It is also cited in the Google Scholar. Okay, so these kind of things are also very good for WebSafe. WebSafe is much more linear, and you can put anything related to science. So okay, so that's all what I can say that from showing. So yeah, Dada, are there any course we can do on the statistics, because it is difficult to find a statistician most of the time. See, no matter how much, if you are a medical student, no matter how much good you are, you need a statistician. You can't do it by yourself all the things. But yes, if not, if you can contact to ISI, okay, in statistical institutes, if they have any course, or if you are willing to learn, okay, then you can learn from them. But there is, see, you need a statistician only. So course is not like the online course is not effective. You need a practical statistician in internship. And softwares also, there's a software, there's SPSS and all softwares. There's a specific training is there. If the professors are willing to train you, then it's fine, wonderful. But no matter what, if you are newly trained also, you need a statistician in your team. It's good to have, because meta-analysis, because our statistics knowledge is only PSM, but that's not sufficient to run a world-class paper. That's all. Thank you. Well, I'm open for any types of questions. How can we reach out to you if we have any more questions? Just WhatsApp me.
দাদা, আমরা একটা গ্রুপ বানিয়েছিলাম with all the participants. Can we add you to that group, please?
Add করে দাও।
ঠিক আছে দাদা।
Ma'am, WhatsApp, I've given the WhatsApp also. If anyone is willing, WhatsApp or if you don't want to give a WhatsApp, outlook.com, you can have it me. You can mail me here also if you want. You can find me in Facebook also. You can find me in Insta also. You can find me in LinkedIn also. Okay, any more questions? Any more questions? Any doubts or anything? I can share the PPT again. If anyone has any doubt, where's the PPT? Is anyone has doubt? Just stop me. No questions?
Nada, hello.
Mhm.
So I was saying that if we are doing any kind of research at an MBBS level, so we are mostly looking at a cross-sectional study, which is mostly retrospective. So is it possible to do any kind of cohort study, because that is both time-consuming and both expensive to do?
Cohort is time consuming. Yes, cohort is time consuming, but if you can do a prospective study in a short in interval, you can do in like
Do you have any
7, 8,
tips on?
8 months.
Yeah, so like
Do you have any?
for instance, like the real problem is that it's very difficult to follow up with the patients once like they're gone.
Yes, but that's why take a shorter play like shorter population. Okay, if you where are you from?
I'm from Kolkata.
Okay, just take your home population. Like Kolkata is also very big. Like if you are from South Kolkata, take your area on only. Don't spread it. Then you can. If you spread it, then it will long. You can do, but you have to smartly. You have to like make the protocol smartly. Then the time can be shortened.
Okay, so like when you say that, like what do you mean? Like make it smartly? I mean, it's very difficult to.
Smartly means take a small population, take some find something which you can see in like 6 to 7 months. Take something
Okay,
like that.
okay.
Like take some research project which is a cohort and which can be finished in 7 months. That's why you have to choose the topic very smartly here. Like
Okay.
if you are choosing that what is the effect of nicotine in like what is the effect of nicotine in lung, like that, then it's a very long study, and you have to 15 years you have to wait.
Okay.
That's the thing. Any more question? No questions? People already enjoying their dinner.
Dada, we are really enjoying the session.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dada, for answering all our questions.
You can read the paper of Devoshmita. She has published the paper. It's nicely written, and she has published in from her institute only, and she's the first author. Devoshmita, please share your paper's link to everyone.
Sure, Dada.
Organizers, is there any group for this session?
Yes, can you just DM me your number?
Sure. I am in that group ICMR Arena. I got the link from there.
Acha, okay. My name is Ipshita.
Okay, I'm DMing.
Yeah, I'm sure you know me.
Ipshita, add me too as well, okay?
हाँ बाबा.
Hmm.
So do we want to conclude or something?
Does anybody have anything
Any
else to
questions?
say?
No
Yeah,
question.
questions are present.
Neha.
So I want to ask, like, so where can we find a biostatistician? Like, or where can we find him? Like in any like of the universities
See,
we can.
biostatistician, you can find, yeah, each and every research institute has their own biostatistician. Okay, you can find it in any yeah, like ISI Kolkata. Where are from where you are from?
Sir, I'm from
Hello?
Jaipur. Jaipur.
Okay, Jaipur. So Jaipur, AIMS Jaipur, you will find the
SMS. Yeah.
biostatistician there. Okay. Okay, each and every research institute has their own biostatistician. Is there
Okay.
any ISI in Jaipur
So I didn't get it.
or Rajasthan University has I think statistics?
Yeah, I think it
Uh,
has.
is there any ISI Indian Statistical Institute in Jaipur?
I don't know, sir.
So for statistician, you will find, okay, you will find from any like Rajasthan University. If you find someone is doing PhD or not, you can if someone is doing PhD in statistics, biostatistics, you can approach. Or in AIMS Jaipur, you will obviously get a biostatistician as it's a research institute also. Okay, online you will find many, but they sometimes charge a lot. Okay, but if the biostatistician is good and willing to do it do it with the authorship, then fine, you can go. But professionally, many biostatisticians will do your work, but they will charge 6,000, 7,000, 10,000 rupees. You will find many biostatisticians. They have is like their uh, like a side job. So yes, so if you have funding, you can approach to those biostatisticians who are that professional and will do biostatistics and take the money of 10, but they will not take authorship, they will only take the money. Okay, or otherwise, if some biostatistician you can approach, will include in your team, will work with you, and he or she will get a good authorship and like top 5 authorship. Okay, fine. It depends, like to whom you are approaching. And
Okay, so
Do you have any recommendation? Should I go?
no, I don't have any recommendation. Okay.
Any recommendations for docking software? Like,
Talking software, no, I am myself figuring out this whole field. Okay, so my talk to someone who is from this field, because my knowledge is also very preliminary, because in MBBS there is no coursework, no training related to this field.
Okay.
Sir, sorry, Dada, actually the question, I also had a similar question. Can we like do
Any more
any
questions?
Yes, Dada,
No
can you hear me?
questions, so it's done then.
Dada, Ipshita has a question.
Yeah, ask. What is your name? Well,
Dada Ipshita.
let me find your name first.
I'm logged in as South Asian Medical Students Association. Dada, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can we do any courses on biostatistics?
Again, difficult question. See, courses works are not enough. Yes, there are courses in Coursera. You will find courses. Okay, the courses are not enough. If the most important is the house means practical work. Okay, there are SPSS like softwares. Okay, which are very heavy software. So you have to train, not like a course. It's not like something course. You have to have a good mathematical knowledge. Where we doctors are very means horrible. Most of the doctors. So you have to have a good mathematical knowledge. Then only if and then gradually you can train under a biostatistician. Like it's good to do it online in like a Zoom meeting or in presence. Like course and I don't know, but course and I'm not, in my perspective, courses are not enough because this is a huge part. Means you can understand that PhDs are there in biostatistics. This after mathematics, they BSc or BSc in mathematics, MSc in statistics, PhD in biostatistics, MSc in biostatistics. So even it's not nothing in a course. It's like overall we are not from the mathematical background. Where is mathematics in whole MBBS apart from some calculation in PSM?
Okay, Dada.
Okay, any more question?
Tata, can the participants drop in their questions in the WhatsApp group if they have anything after this session?
Yes, they can approach me in any time. Yes.
Okay, Tata.
If it's in my knowledge, I will surely guide them. But it's above my knowledge, then I will I will try to refer some.
Does anybody have anything else to ask, or can we conclude the session?
Is there any question? Is there any question in YouTube? Okay, Devoshmita, I think we can conclude because if anything, if any questions are there, they can ask me in the group or they can mail me or they can message me personally. Not a big deal.
Okay, so thank
But
you
I
for
don't
this
think we have
fantastic
questions.
session. It was an absolute pleasure hearing you enlighten
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you so much, and best wishes for you for all your future endeavors.
And don't forget to share your paper also in that group.
Sure, Dada, sure I will.
Okay, good night. Have a nice dinner.
And thank you, participants. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, Dada, then I'll conclude the session.